Hey guys, so today we're going to be having a look at the Shaaanxo palette. Now this is by BH Cosmetics and Shaaanxo. This has been out since last year, I believe, and I also did a comparison of this palette versus the Kylie Bronze palette. I'll also leave that linked down below. But we are going to be looking at the side which has all of the lip colours. As you can see, it even still has the film on it. I've never touched the lip colours, and we're going to do some lip swatches. Okay, so I'm going to be using this oval brush. I use this one to blend in my lip liner. I haven't put on any lip liner. I've just scrubbed my lips so that they are nice and smooth, and because I don't have a regular lip brush, because I really don't deal with palettes, like lip palettes and stuff, so I don't really have a brush which is just for applying lipstick. So we're going to use this one, and it's short and it's kind of domed at the top, so that's what we're going to be using. Okay, so the first shade we're going to swatch is, we're going to go from dark to light. Okay, so let's go from the bottom upward. So we're going to go for this one. Okay, so this is the darkest shade in the palette. Now I'm thinking I should have gone from lightest to darkest. That is this colour here. I mean, when I was applying it, it was a little bit streaky, and I did have to keep on dipping back in, but that's also because I'm using this brush and the control is a little bit difficult. This isn't the kind of colour that I would normally wear. This is very, very vampy. It does match my eye makeup, but it's not something that I would normally go for. Okay, the next one is going to be this one here. Okay, so this is the next shade. It's kind of like a cherry red. It's cute, but this one was really, really hard to work with. It's so hard to work. I mean, look, I've even hit pan just trying to work with this color because it's so streaky. You've got to build up the color in order for it to build up the opacity. It's a cute color. It's cute, but it's just too sheer for me. It's just too sheer. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with this one here. That's the next deepest shade. Okay, so this is the next colour. It looks kind of like an orange with a little bit of red in it. It's again so sheer that you have to build up the coverage. Maybe they're supposed to be sheer, but I don't like my lipsticks to be sheer. I just don't. And also, I'm only keeping these lipsticks on for just to record, and then I'm taking them off, but they are so staining. It's like they just stain my lips. And I've even gone and scrubbed my lips and given it a break for a few minutes, like 10-15 minutes, and come back, because I know that by scrubbing your lips you're helping the colour to come back into your lips, that they're going to be a little bit more red because they're a little bit more irritated. But these are so staining, it's crazy. Okay, next one is going to be this bright pink here. Now I don't usually do bright pink. Oh God, and this one is so slimy. As soon as I put my brush into the pan, it just went everywhere. Okay, so this is the bubblegum pink one. These are the kind of shades that I tend to just stay away from. I can't even close this palette because it's such a mess right now. So we're just gonna put that on there. But this one is very, very hard to work with. It's just so patchy. This is the kind of colour I just don't go for. I just stay away from. And it was really gloopy in the pan. And then when I put it onto my lips, as I was building it up, it was just becoming sticky. So it didn't want to move. It didn't want to cover. It didn't want to build up. It was just sticky. Okay, moving on. We are going to go in to this mauvey kind of color here. Okay, so here it is. Now in the pan, it kind of, this one, hey, In the pan, it kind of looks kind of like a dusty, kind of mauvey pink. but even still on my lips it's kind of bright, and I just don't do bright colors. Again, very, very streaky, not my kind of thing. Okay, so now we've got 4 left, and these are my favorite looking for in the whole palette, and it's these 4 here. So we're going to start off with the brightest one. Okay, so that's this one here. This is kind of like a corally pink almost, and I do have to say that all of them aside from the bubblegum pink one, this one here, everything aside from this one here has looked a little bit different to how it looks in the pan. I mean, with a little bit of brown lip liner I could rock this. It's not a complete write-off, but this is more toward what I would wear. Okay, so it's been like a couple of hours. I had to try and get all of this staineration to go away. So we've got 3 left down the side, and these 3 are like my faves. So, and I definitely think that one of the bottom 2 will suit me. I'm hoping that it will anyway. So let's start with this one here. Okay, so that's that one. It looks cute on the camera, but in real life, I don't like it. I really don't. Kind of like this bubblegum pink one here. This one, it feels like it just doesn't want to move. Once you've applied it, it just wants to stay there. It just gets so sticky. And I'm just not into that. And again, it's just so streaky. There's no real coverage. Okay, so last 2. This one's very close to my own lip colour, and it's cute. I do like it, but again, streaky. And last but not least, the one that I think I'm expecting to be the best is this one here. Okay, again, on the camera it looks so nice colour wise, but I really this one definitely has to be paired with a brown lip liner, definitely. Okay, so I'm going to give my overall thoughts on this palette, and I'm sure you've already kind of guessed what I'm going to say. I mean, the colours are so cute, they're so nice, but I feel like a lot of the colours are not the colours which are in the pans. It's like they tend to be a little bit lighter than what they are in the pan. I mean, for example, these 3 here, the 3 that look kind of nudish, they're all still really pink based. And also what you'll find is that the dark colours, they tend to stain like really, really bad. They stain so bad. I mean, I've only had each one, aside from this last one, I've only had each one on while I do the swatch. I say what I have to say and then I wipe it off, and it just gave the craziest stain. Even when I go back, scrub my lips, it stains so bad. Also, they're so streaky. I'm not keen on the formula. They are just so streaky, and trying to build them up is really difficult. Now, you could say, well, the brush you're using isn't helpful, but it just didn't matter what I did. Even if I like push my lips together to try and make it even, it just does not, it's just not even, it's just streaky. And it's a shame, but at the same time, it's a very affordable palette. I believe it was only like $14.50 or something like that. I will find out the current price, because BH Cosmetics, their prices do tend to change quite a bit because they are often having sales, and the percentage off changes like week to week. So I'll find out how much it currently is. I believe it is still available, but I only really purchased it for the shadows which are on this side. I've made a video about the comparison of this to the Kylie Jenner bronze palette, I think it was. Now, I'm not a fan of lip palettes, that's why I haven't bothered to get the ABH lip palette. Now, the ABH lip palette is a lot different than this. This has 9 shades. The ABH palette has quite a few more. I only think that lip palettes are good for, it only really makes sense to have a lip palette when you're a working makeup artist, in my opinion. If you're a consumer and you want to buy a lip palette, go right ahead. I'm just saying, it just doesn't make sense for me someone who's not a working makeup artist or not a makeup artist at all to have a lip palette. It just doesn't make any sense. So, but I would say that if you did want to get a lip palette, it's probably a good idea to get this because it's affordable and you do have a variety of shades to work with. And even though this wasn't made for the purpose of being able to mix and create your own lip color like Anastasia Beverly Hills one, there's nothing stopping you from doing that with this. You just don't have as wide of a variety as the Anastasia one, because the Anastasia one, and I will put a picture up here, the Anastasia one, as you can see, has like a yellow, it has a blue, it has a white, has a variety of different colors, so you're able to mix and create your own shade. Unlike this one, you're not going to be able to create as many shades because you don't have that variety like the ABH does. So that's just my opinion. That is what I think. As I said, I didn't buy it for the lip colours, I bought it for the shadows. I love the shadows. This is cute, I guess, if I didn't want to use like my expensive lipsticks or whatever. This is something that I can, you know, pull out and use if I didn't, you know, if I didn't have, no, I can pull this out and use this. Let's say, for example, if I was traveling, I've got my eyeshadows on one side, I've got some lip colours to choose from on that side. That has cut down some space that I don't have to, you know, I don't have to worry about putting a couple of tubes of lipstick in because I've already got some lipstick in a double-sided palette. So that's something to also think about. But overall, yeah, those are just my thoughts. Let me know if you feel the same way or if there's any other things that you'd like me to review. Don't forget to subscribe and also to share this video and put yourself on notification by hitting that bell down below, and I'll see you in the next video.